Hello and welcome back to my RC channel. I'm AndyRC and today I'm going to be taking a look at the GepRC Cinego. This is a 3-inch Cinewoop capable of carrying a GoPro, and this is the first one of these I've tried with the DJI Cadex Vista. In fact, I think it's only available with the Cadex Vista. This is the 4S version, but you can also get it with 6S motors. Its dry weight without a GoPro is 270 grams, so it's not the lightest of models. And then the battery they recommend is an 850 milliamp 4S, which gives a weight of 368 grams. However, an 850 milliamp 4S LiPo doesn't give a long enough flight time, in my opinion. The problem is that they are using an XT30 connector rather than an XT60. So unless you use an adapter, we are only now just seeing 1300 milliamp 4S LiPos come with an XT30 connector, thanks to these long range models. And with a Hero 8, its all-up weight is 494 grams, which is about right for these 3-inch Cinewoops. You know, they are more of a professional tool for flying safely indoors around people and property than they are for the hobbyist. However, they do have a following in the hobby. The frame has these massive 3D printed flexible prop protectors, which actually do deform in a crash, and if you're not careful, then the props can catch, so you sort of have to bend them back into shape after a crash. However, they are more durable than the plastic protectors that we sometimes see on Cinewoops. The package comes with an anti-slip mat and battery strap, as well as a GoPro Hero 8 mount. I believe you can buy a Hero 7 mount separately. Now, the biggest problem I came across with these prop protectors is the fact that they don't give you a 90-degree USB adapter for the Cadex Vista, which is a problem because they have used some really strong Loctite on all of the screws. So if you try to undo any of them so you can get to the USB port on the Vista, then the heads will strip from the screws, no matter how good your hex drivers are. They do give you a 90-degree connector for the flight controller, so I don't know why they haven't done the same for the Vista. Now, maybe it's because the Vista comes activated and already set up out of the box, but the problem is that it needed the latest DJI update. So if you don't do that, you get a firmware mismatch in your goggles. It's also had the region set to China, so that needed sorting out as well. But looking at the bigger picture, if you needed to take this thing apart for maintenance, then that is a problem in general because it's not going to come apart with that Loctite on the screws. And it's very unlike GepRC to get this wrong. But if you have one of these on the way, then don't even attempt to undo the screws to get to the USB port on the Vista because you will ruin them. Instead, get yourself a 90-degree USB-C connector and wait a few more days. The motors are GepRC branded 1507 3800 kV for the 4S version or 2800 kV for the 6S version. My preference is usually to get the 6S version and run a 4S LiPo, which tends to make them a little bit quieter but still giving you enough power. However, there's quite a bit of yaw washout with this model, which will only get worse the less power you have. So I think with this one, it's best to stick to either 4S or 6S depending on your battery preference. The props are the Gemfan 3052s and you're given a spare set of those, and the stack is GepRC's stable F4 V2, which consists of a 35 amp BLHeliS 4-in-1 ESC board with a capacitor attached to it and an F4 flight controller. It came flashed with Betaflight version 4.1.5 with one spare UART. The motors are reversed, so pay attention to that when replacing the props. JESC is set up out of the box, but they're using Betaflight's stock PIDs and rates. It doesn't come with any mode setup, and the on-screen display is blank as well, which is very unlike GepRC again. Lastly, they have used the Cadex Vista's stock antenna, which is fine, and the camera is mounted correctly in carbon fiber, so you won't get any jello in your video feed. This is the DJI Bynum Fly version, which I think is the only one that's available, so you would have to add your own receiver if you wanted anything different. Okay, let's go for a line of sight flight with this guy. Just give it a blip of throttle to get out of the grass. Now, it is a windy day today, and I haven't got the GoPro installed on it yet. but I just want to see what this thing flies like first of all, what it sounds like. Actually not too bad, not too loud. I do think that flight times may potentially be shorter with an 850 milliamp 4S. Okay, let's go into acro. See, without a GoPro, it's got plenty of oomph to it. Have a feeling once the GoPro is on there, it's not going to be so light on the throttle, but that has got loads of power. It's like a normal 3-inch. It's amazing what the GoPros do to these things. I think this is the first time I've actually flown one without a GoPro. Of course, they're not meant for that. And I do think you'll be able to do acro with this one, but not really. Not when that GoPro's on there. They're not designed for that. They're designed for cruising around and getting nice shots. Interesting to see that you can actually throw them about when they don't have the weight on though. There's a guy acting suspicious over there, probably waiting for his drug dealer to turn up. Well, FPV and flying is the only drug I need. Yeah, I do like the looks of this one. Oh, the wind's pushing it. Ah, sun's come back out. What are you doing, fella? Are you gonna rob me? Yeah, I really like how this flies without a GoPro. So I'm gonna do the FPV flight with a GoPro, and you might be surprised to see that I'm not flying it around like this. Bit of a hesitation there on the throttle. If it's just because it's not designed to be flown like this without a GoPro, it might be pushing the motors. Yeah, I see that there. See if that manifests itself when I've got the... Ah, do you know what it is? I think it's the props hitting the protectors. They're catching the protectors at high throttle. No! Ah, do you know what it is? It's the battery. It's gone already. Oh well. Short flight time without a GoPro. It's going to be even shorter with a GoPro. So let's take a look at some DVR footage. It's a nice sunny day, and as expected, the camera isn't experiencing any jello. It is a fairly windy day, and it's coping okay, but towards the end of the battery, I was experiencing a little bit of yaw washout. I mean, it does what it says on the tin. It works as a Cinewoop. The flight time is only 3 minutes with an 850 milliamp 4S, so I'd expect 4 minutes with a 1300 milliamp 4S. You just need to watch out for that XT30 connector when buying batteries. And if you crash, then make sure you bend the protectors back into shape, otherwise you could burn out a motor. And I don't know what to say about them not including a 90-degree connector for the Cadex Vista. It seems like a simple thing, and if you don't have one, then you really could end up breaking this model trying to undo the screws, which isn't great in general if you need to do maintenance on the machine, like replace a protector or take it apart. And it's not something I would expect from GepRC, as they usually think of things like that. It's a nice platform to mount a GoPro, and the footage came out really nice, but the problem is that every major bind and fly quadcopter manufacturer has their own competitor to this model, and while I understand the need to keep the screws nice and tight, it's hard to recommend this one just because of that, which is a shame. Stock Betaflight PIDs and rates work fine. It could do with some work, but the GoPro is going to smooth a lot of that out with Hyper Smooth. You can do acro with this model, but it's not really meant for that. I do want to apologise to GepRC. They sent me this model just before I got ill and I had to stop making videos for a while, so it's unlikely that I'll get to check out their long range crocodile 4-inch, which is a shame because it looks like it could be a real contender with the other long range models, but I'm sure other channels will give it a good shot. So there you go, that's my review of the GepRC Cinego. I'll put a link in the video description as well as a pinned comment if you wish to get one. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.